I don't know, folks. 3 videos in 2 days, that might be too much. But here's what I'm going to do. So I did the previous shave. I reviewed the Leaf Shave razor, and it didn't work for me. Like I did, 2.5 passes, and it didn't shave anything. So I posted that video, and I got a lot of great comments saying things like, "Well, what you did was you skipped putting the blade on the bottommost level because you can put 3 blades in, and I only put the top 2." So they said that's the most aggressive one because otherwise it's extremely mild. So I thought, well, maybe that's true because as I was shaving, I was like, am I doing this wrong? But I thought it was just the angle. And also, some people said that maybe I wasn't pushing hard enough because I'm so used to using a safety razor where you don't push. But with cartridge blades, which is this is emulating, this is like a cartridge blade emulator, you are supposed to push a little bit harder. So what I've done is, also, I use the blades that they sent me, which are different than the ones I'm used to, which are the feather blades. The old Japanese feather blades. So what I've done is, I've put 3 feather blade halves into this razor. One on the bottom, one in the middle, and one on the top. So I've loaded all 3 with feather blade pieces. Now that left me with one more piece left over, so I put it in this, which is their, what do they call it? The Twig Sculptor. And this is their beta. This is like, they're really testing out. This is like a, it's a trimmer. So I put the last shard in there, so a feather shard, I'm gonna call it a shard, it's the half of the blade that I broke into, is not gonna go to waste. I'm gonna try this thing out just to clean up the sideburns right there. So I'm gonna give this another try. I'm just gonna do like I do every other shave. I just took a shower. I've got as much growth on my face as I did yesterday, because I do shave every day, whether you believe me or not, or whether you think I should or not. It's funny, there's a lot of people that say, why are you shaving so much? Because I need to. I have to. I've got this thick, rugged, manly beard that grows. All right, so what I'm going to do is I got a puck of this. It's one of the Sterling shaving soaps, but I can't remember which one because it was a sample. So it's either Sharp Dressed Man or Barbershop. But anyway, I'm going to use that. I'm going to lather in my hand using this synthetic brush. I got a little bit too much water. Show you how to... This is kind of flinging soap all over the mirror next to me. But that's okay. I say it's one less thing to clean up when you don't use a bowl. Well, actually, I guess I'm cleaning up more things when I do this. So I'm going to load up the brush with that. Put this thing down. See, I got all this shaving cream on my hand. I can get that off, and I can just put that up on my face. And then, I think this is Sharp Dressed Man, the scent. It's kind of like, almost like an 80s cologne for men. Let me wash my hands off here. Okay, so, we're going to give this leaf razor a second shot because the whole time I was shaving with it yesterday, I was thinking maybe I'm doing something wrong. And all those great comments made me think maybe I did. Maybe I just didn't load it right. And I didn't press hard enough. So I'm going to try it again right now. I feel like I owe it to the guys because it's kind of a small startup company. And I don't want to, they're not, don't worry, I'm not a shill for the razors. Razor companies. I just want to give them a fair break, fair shake, a fair shave. All right, let's try it again. Okay, here we go. All loaded up, 3 blades on the little typewriter. Let's see. Okay, that does feel more aggressive now that I have a blade in the bottom position, but it's still very mild feeling. So let's just go through and push a little harder. Don't push hard at all with a safety razor, but you can push. And I'd forgotten that because I used to, use a cartridge razor till probably about 6 years ago. And you can push to your heart's content. So I'm pushing a little harder. I'm trusting now. The only thing I would say is that it does need to be a little bit more grippy. And it is hard to get underneath your nose because the head is so big, and that's why they recommend going at it at an angle. So I'll do that in a minute. Okay. I can feel that third bottom blade grouping the hairs a little bit more like I would expect and like I'd want in a shave. And I'm pressing a little bit harder. And I'm letting the pivot of the head do its work too. following my face. Now, when I'm done with this pass, I'll run my fingers across my face and see how it did compared to yesterday's. Okay. Can you hear it? Cutting the whiskers. If I had a cat, I should name him Whiskers, shouldn't I? Okay. Yeah, all right. So it did do a better job with the third. Let me do the nose. That might have been why it wasn't cutting me, because I had only 2 blades and I didn't have it in the lower position. Now I wonder if I took one of these blades out, if I took the topmost blade out and just used the bottom 2, the aggressive one and then the middle one, if that would be the same. Should I do that now, or should I? Let me put some more water on my face and go for a second pass. Hold on. Because it is significantly less. It's still not as close as a safety razor shave. So I will say that. And I also haven't looked at any other reviews of this razor on YouTube, because I wanted to go into this with my own opinion. Because I'd never heard of this razor until they contacted me a while back to try it out. I got a piece of the brush. Sometimes even synthetic brushes will shed. So just get that off your fingers. Okay. Pass number 2, sideways against the grain like I always do. Yeah, I can immediately, that first blade grabs. It's still a very mild shave, so it feels like if you have maybe sensitive skin, I gotta remember to push harder. I'm pushing harder, but I'm not feeling any irritation. And it's also not pulling, because I think I'm using really sharp, fresh razor blades. I do have to wash out the head after every, line that I do here, because it does kind of clog up. Not badly, but best to go at it with a clean head. A clean head and a cool mind. All right. Now it is a little bit weird under the nose, and they even addressed that in their instructions, which also I think they need to revise the instructions a little bit and let you know that the bottommost position of the blade is aggressive. And if you don't load that in, it's going to be an extremely mild shave. And that might work for someone with an extremely mild beard, And that's why it did not work for me at all yesterday. But giving it the second chance, I still prefer the feel of a safety razor. Because I don't like the feel of multi-blade cartridges on my face anymore, now that I've gotten used to a single-edged safety razor blade. But this is doing a better job today because of user error yesterday, it seems. I got a lot of great comments saying, hey, put in the bottom one. That's why it didn't work. I guess there are a lot of guys that either have it or had watched videos of other people reviewing it. You hear it? Let's see. Press. I do have one tiny nick on my chin. But it is a little bit easier with a cartridge razor to get around those problem areas. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's way better than yesterday. Way, way better. Now, I don't know what they could do to improve it necessarily, because I'm not a razor designer. I'm just a user. I'm just a simple man that records videos of myself shaving for some reason. And I'm glad that somebody wants to watch the little typewriter. But the problems I have with it, it's slippery. It's not too slippery. It's not like flying out of my hand. As you can see, I can use it fine. It's a little slippery. The head is a little large to get underneath your nose. You got to really do some acrobatics with it, but I got to do that to a certain extent with my Gillette Fat Boy. I'm gonna do I'm not even putting any more shaving cream on. I'm just gonna do what I sometimes do with my safety razor blade and do these areas dry. Well, not really dry because they're still a little, my face is still a little wet. Oh, the elegant way as you touch your face when you're shaving. It's like a ballerina. All right. Okay, so there are still, you know, patches of whiskers like down here like there always are. And that did a way better job having that bottom blade in. Now, what I should do the next time, and I probably won't make another video because that's enough already with the leaf shave. I'll do it with just the two blades, but in the lower position and the middle position. But that is about a 95% better shave today than it was yesterday. So I can give it still is an expensive razor right now. It's $99, I believe. And it's just a startup company, so they're still working out some kinks. And if they see this and they want to contact me, I'd be more than happy to talk to them about it and give them what little advice I can give. But as a second look shave, this did work a lot better with the blade in the bottom position. And I think that may have been the main cause of why it didn't work for me yesterday. Having said that, I still prefer safety razors like that, or the old grungy fat boy. You got a lot to learn, youngster. Oh, all right, whatever, man. Anyway, so, you know, there you go. So, as they say on the internet, your mileage may vary. And it is well built. It's a little fiddly to get those blades in there. But if you do prefer the way a cartridge razor feels, but you don't want to spend $25 for 4 of those dang Gillette Mach 7 cartridges, maybe this could be the thing for you. You know, take the little extra time it takes to break the razor blades and put them in. It's a little fiddly, but it is an interesting idea. And there you go. So a cautious, I wouldn't say recommendation, but like think about it. Think about it. And if they had a trial period, like where you could return it within a week if you just didn't like it at all, that would be great. Because I don't want you to be stuck with something that you really don't like because I said that I kind of said it was okay. You know, it's wishy-washy, I know, but what am I going to do? So let's try this. Let's try the little twig sculptor beta. So it's plastic probably because it is just a beta. So this has the little, the third blade half in there. And it's, maybe, can I trim my ear hair with it? I can kind of trim my ear hair with it. If you got ear hair, which we all do, and you'll get more as you get older, youngsters, it's fine. I don't think it's a necessary thing, this little thing. So if you're thinking about throwing this in for free with people that order your leaf shaver, that's fine, but I don't necessarily see a market for it on its own as a trimmer. I don't think most people use that trimming blade on the back of a cartridge razor. I'll show you what I'm talking about if you don't know. Let's see which one has one. Does this one have one? Yeah. So like on the back of one of those, you know, it's got the little trimmer. Actually, this seems to work a little bit better than their design because their design sort of sits in a head that's shaped like that instead of just being flat. So you have to angle it more to get it to, anyway. All right, that's enough. Let me rinse off here. So interesting. I felt kind of bad, and I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to get, because those hairs right underneath my nostrils bug me if I feel them with my fingers after I'm done shaving. So Rockwell to the rescue again. 2 days in a row, you've saved me, Rockwell. But, okay, let me rinse off. I know I just did, let me do it again. So the leaf shave razor. I got mixed emotions about it. But I think the best thing that they could do is give you a trial period to try it out. Because if you pay $100 and you don't like it and you can't return it, that's going to upset a lot of people. Caveat emptor and all that, but you know, it is experimental. Oh, sage rub. Where have you been all my life? Whichever one of you fine subscribers recommended that to me, I'll be eternally in your thanks. Eternally grateful. I'm putting it everywhere. I'm putting it on armpits, elbows especially. That's great. You got to put it on your elbows. Yeah. Anyway, so that's it. That's the Leaf Shave Razor, day 2, trial number 2. I got more things coming in the pipeline. I got somebody that needs me to kind of give them the basics of how to get into shaving with a double-edged safety razor. So I should do that. I got some products to review. I got some things to do. I got some Barbasol I got to go buy because this is empty and it's almost empty. But anyway, so there you go. There you go. Gave it a second try and I'm still not 100% on it. But yeah, call me up, Leaf Shave. Let's talk. Let's figure this out. Thanks for joining me, everybody. That's enough videos for me for this week and probably next week. Though maybe I'll do one next week. I like to try to do one per week. But thanks for joining me, and I'll see you later.